Hello everybody, welcome to the Ewell track for the first fixture in the Southern Counties Masters League. Right, so I thought I'd do this one a bit differently, just to do a bit of a voiceover commentary, and also had an interview with Steve Winder there, who's the guy that's shooting off really, really quickly.
Steve. Hi, Steve.
And he's basically one of the top M50 runners in the country. He won the Masters cross-country title this winter, and you can already see he shot off so quickly there, he's almost let out of a shot. I gave my camera to a friend to record, and there I am basically leading the chasing pack. There's a guy from Striders of Croydon who's about to nip into the lead there, and he ended up staying there in second. So basically I was sort of leading the chasing pack for the third place basically. You can just about see the guy in yellow has now sort of crept away. The opening lap was quite sedate in the end, only about 94, and then I thought, oh okay, well I was sort of aiming for 90, so I was trying to run this without really having sort of too much sort of thinking about the clock, and I think it was quite handy when they all set off and I could actually feel I was in a group. So you can see us coming through there, just about to hit the first lap in, as I said, about 94 seconds. And then Steve is already so far ahead already that you kind of think he's going to lap us after about 3 laps. Very good stride Steve's got there. He's got a pair of the Air Zoom Victory spikes on, so far more aggressive sort of spike plate than the Dragonflies. I was wearing a new pair of Dragonflies in this one, my red pair, the Bauman colour. So you can see here this Steve Caulfield guy. I don't really know him before. He's actually an M60, so he's nipping along nicely. And there's Malcolm Davis. Had a few good scraps with him of late. So yeah, I thought he's actually sort of helped to push on the pace. I thought I'll track him and then see how we go. So as the race will sort of unfold, I put the lap splits on each one, and I got the running timer there. So I'm going to sort of pan to now an interview with Steve, and then this is almost like sort of reverse chronologically. We'll talk about the race after it's happened, but needless to say, he lapped me with about a lap and a half to go, and his finishing time was 9:40.9. So he basically lapped the field. I did do that one myself once in a 5,000 years ago when I was somewhat younger and somewhat fitter, and obviously all the other guys weren't. But yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that anytime soon again. So let's go over to the chat with Steve at the end now. Yeah.
My first lapping of you.
Well, I was trying to work out how quickly he lapped me, and then I thought, oh bloody hell, he's almost lapped me. I've only done a lap. It looked like he was somewhere over yonder, but
I meant business. I was trying to get a time, and then I saw you up with about, I don't know.
Well, I suddenly realised that I could actually race it, so I didn't really need to run any faster than it was, because A, I was running as fast as I could, and B, there was like a nice pack behind me. So I thought, well, then you got off. Did you or your teammate got off?
John Dean went on.
Yeah. So he was. Then I realised he had a 6 number on, so technically he wasn't in the race. So I only got second and 50, a lap behind, or a lap and more behind. There was a time I could beat you, but that was distant memory.
I saw you, and I thought, oh, can I get you as well? And that was the whole field then, I think.
Yeah.
Were you second, yeah? So I've got the whole field lapped in a 3K race, which is quite unusual, I reckon.
Yeah. What was your time?
9:40.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Which is about what I was aiming for.
Yeah. Well, I always tried to. If I thought if I run it tactically, I could run faster than I did this time 3 years ago when I ran my worst race ever. Because when you're unfit, you think you go off like you used to, and die horribly. You think, well, no, I'll do it reverse. I'll get my slow laps out of the way first and see if I can speed up a bit.
Yeah, ease into it.
Yeah, and then actually race it. So, and it was nice that we actually, well, apart from for you, it was nice for me that I was actually in the right race.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, I had fun doing it, and it was good. You know, and I thought, oh, can I get Tim? And then when I saw you, I thought, yeah, I can get you. Then the later target was, can I get him?
There was some guy shouting, he says, oh, he's nearly got you, thinking that someone actually about to overtake me. And I think, well, in a way, I didn't really care when you lapped me, because you already thrashed me anyway. So, yeah. But
mate, one for the album.
I think even if I run as hard as I could possibly do, then I still would have been lapped about 10 yards later, I think.
I think I would have got second in the A race. I
think you would have done. Yeah.
Dave Lipscomb's probably a bit better than me at 5k usually.
So I was wondering, actually, what's your secret? Is it? Do you think it's the blending of the cycling and the running? Because you've always done that, though, haven't you?
Yeah. What I've done in the last few years, I've trained with the juniors. So on Tuesday nights, I train with the juniors.
So you keep your speed up.
Yeah, that's the speed. And they keep me honest as well. We kind of handicap it if we need to. Some of the reps.
So what sort of rep distances are you doing in that?
We did 6 300s this week.
Oh, okay,
But then the other session we did 5 800s. So we had 2 sessions last week with 5 800s and then 6 300s.
Yeah, because when I was a proper runner, 30 years ago, I mean, we would do 800 reps one week. I hated them because I was an 800 metre runner, so that was like, but then 200 metre reps were almost like too quick. Even then, I felt like I couldn't go any faster than nobody could carry me. But I think when I tried some track sessions this time last year, I went and pulled something, so I think you can't just go into it. You've got to ease into it, haven't you?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you've got to keep that balance right.
It's knowing when to do it. I've been building my strength training up.
Yeah.
So Naomi Lane is, I've been sort of taking her advice on my strength training quite a lot.
Right.
And that's been useful.
Was she a club mate?
Yeah, well, actually, she's first claimed Belgrave these days, but she's physio, so she's given me quite a lot of stuff to do, and I find that very beneficial.
Yeah.
And then I've got effectively Stu Flack, my coach now. He's the juniors coach.
Oh, okay.
And he's he's got a lot of experience about doing the right thing, and he sometimes reins in some of my excesses.
Well, it's interesting because I see like different approaches. Something like Terry Booser, he's got the opposite approach. He just runs.
It's a lot of mileage, isn't he?
140 miles a week, all that sort of, pace I could think was almost a walk,
And he's got the intrinsic speed. Well,
he was a 29-minute 10k runner, wasn't he, back in the day? And I think he just, because he's retired.
Good running. Yeah,
he can. I mean, that 5 mile race, we've run 3 times that day. Did we run 3 miles?
It's a great guy, Terry.
Yeah.
It's interesting the way he is. Go on, Epsom, have a great one, girls. Have a great one.
But then there's a guy, I suppose it depends what event you do, because there's a guy, Jonathan Walton, who's probably the best M50 marathon runner in the country.
He's Leeds or somewhere, is he?
Yeah, he's up Leeds way. But I mean, his training seems to be sort of definitely the high managed. But then he's doing the marathon, so. Yeah,
and I'm in the marathon in October in London, but I don't generally want to do that sort of thing. I'd rather run somewhere between 5k like park run and maybe sort of hilly half marathon is the other opposite.
Well, you've always excelled at cross country, haven't you?
I love the
national champion, aren't you? At your age group,
I'm going to try and defend. I've got the stripes as well in the trail running.
Right.
So that's end of June. That's my big target, other than track.
That's quite a long race, isn't it?
Yeah, 30k. North Downs. Outgrades.
Just hope it's not a baking hot day, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, it's for everyone, but
that's my little target.
That would be a good race for you, actually. Yeah. And I can't imagine the competition that would be as hot as they would be in. I mean, who would do that race?
It's quite. I don't know. Yeah, you do get a few.
I mean, you can only beat who turns up. I mean,
I'm not sure you get that many turning up from all over the country.
Those sort of races, you kind of think, who's going to turn up?
Yeah.
Think, what do I need to do to beat this guy? Don't you, or guys?
Yeah.
So we got here. 3,000. I suppose I get back to my spreadsheet in a minute.
Cross-country medalist.
Yeah. Well, okay. So training with the kids is the secret. Well, I race with the kids, but maybe I need to do it more often.
Go on, Lauren. He's into it. Looking good, girl. Well done.
89, 90.
Yes, Harriers. Any aeroplane? No aeroplane yet.
I only take heart because I've actually beaten you in a few track races when I was still like 4:30 shape for 15.
You might beat me again.
But I think you've done a 100-mile bike ride the day before or something like that.
So. Go on, Jay. Go on, Julie. Have a great one, girls. Go on, Jay. Looking good. Right. Wait, I'm going to shoot off on this.
Yeah. Good to see you. Yeah. You have to check out those milestone posts. Okay, so back to the race, and it's about 600 metres to go, and I've actually paced this quite well. There you can see the lap split of 89.9, so I've actually managed to start off from 94 lapping to actually bring it down to just under 90 a lap, which was 90 a lap was kind of what I had in my head, around about a 6-minute mile pace that I thought would be a reasonable effort. I was had it in mind that to try and beat the time I did this time last year, which turned out to be 11:10. Although, by the way, Steve Winder finishing in 9:40.9. He looks so much faster than the rest of us, doesn't he? Even me here, I've actually felt like I was going reasonably well now. This is coming up to me from my bell, I think. And let's see what we hear the bell sign here. 9. Is it just going to be over 10 minutes? Can you hear the bell for me? Not really. 9:56. So I've still got on my last lap. Yeah, I'm feeling sort of quite pleased now with my run. I thought I'd see if I can edge out a bit more gap on the guy behind. I wasn't quite sure how much a gap I had. I thought I was in a nice little vacuum now, but you never quite know. So I thought all in all this was like a good race. I was feeling quite tired coming into this one, and I'd done a 20-minute sort of shakeout run at lunchtime, which kind of helped in a way because it felt like I didn't need to sort of like warm up again. Because I was doing the results as league secretary, I was sort of doing them on the laptop, but then only came out with about 50 minutes to go until the start. Just did a few strides watching the A race, which was like the younger guys, which is kind of a bit bizarre now because we've been doing these Masters leagues now for the best part of 20 years. So it's funny to think that I was basically running as fast as Steve was as the 35, and now I'm about a lap slower and more. So now we've got about 200 meters to go, I think. Oh, here I come. No, here I come into the home straight, and there's a guy from Dorking in the end who was Howard Jones. He came in fourth in 11:25.1. I didn't realise he was actually finishing quite fast, so it's a good job I sort of put a good spurt on here. So here I am coming right to the end, and there we go.
Okay, so I hope you found this interesting. Like and subscribe that, and see you next one then. Bye.